Movies. Music. Hey. What's going on, people of YouTube? My name is Elon Osborne, and this is my channel where I talk about movies, audio, and music. And today I'm going to be talking about the Verus III Grand V6C center channel speaker from Aperion Audio. If you want a more detailed look at the specs and what you get when you order one, check out the unboxing video I did along with the V5B bookshelf speakers. Now, I already reviewed the less expensive Novus N5C speaker channel. So let's start off with a quick comparison. First thing you'll notice is the size. When I reviewed the Novus Center, I thought to myself, wow, this is larger than I expected. When trying to gauge the overall size from online photos and from previous center channels I had seen with my own eyeballs. But when I opened up the Verus Center, it's on a whole new level. It's 5 inches wider, 2 inches taller, 2 inches deeper, and 14 pounds heavier. But you can also see it has this nice curved shape to it, which is why it comes with these rubber feet in order to stabilize it on an entertainment center or speaker stand, etc. The two 5.25-inch ARAMID-FIBER cone woofers on the Novus Center have been upgraded to two 6.5-inch woven KEVLAR woofers on the Verus, which are much more rigid, which translates to tighter, more accurate transient responses when audio makes those babies vibrate. One of my favorite features of both of these center speakers is the fact that they have a 4-inch mid-range woofer, which helps tremendously with dialogue separation. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Gandalf.
You would not part an old man from his walking stick.
What? But once again, the Verus mid-range woofer is also made with woven Kevlar. They both have 1-inch custom-made silk dome tweeters, but like in the bookshelf speakers, the Verus Center has a custom-built ASR tweeter, which stands for Axially Stabilized Radiator. I touch on this a little more in the bookshelf review, but it boils down to the tweeter being extra stabilized, producing some incredibly accurate and refined high-frequency production that will last, and not break down as easily over time compared to some competitors. The Novus Center's frequency response can reach down to 70 Hz all the way up to 30 kHz, whereas the Verus can reach further down to 50 Hz, most likely due to the larger woofers for some silky smooth vocals and even a little bass extension. And those are pretty much the main differences between the two. So now let's dive into how do they sound? When I first tested this out, I set up a 3.0 system with this center channel and the V5B bookshelf speakers. I popped in The Last Jedi because I wanted to hear the incredible sound design of a Star Wars film, the music of John Williams, and how the dialogue would sound even during the chaotic moments where there's a lot going on. And man...
Come on!
Having those larger Kevlar woofers and that mid-range woofer just gave the dialogue this smoothness that I hadn't really heard before. I would even call it buttery smooth.
Butter.
Just the richness and thickness in their voices sounded so meaty.
Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys!
Jeez, I must be hungry using the adjectives like buttery and meaty. Just like going grocery shopping on an empty stomach, never film a YouTube video right before lunch, am I right?
Fake laugh, hiding real pain.
But it's so true though. I know that an 80 Hz crossover is THX standard, but if my center channel allows for anything lower, I'll do it. You watch me. I'll do it.
Okay, fine.
And since the Verus Center can reach down to 50 Hz, I set the crossover to 60 Hz. And I think it gives it just that slight body and buttery flavoring that I was missing with the Novus Center.
Put a tiny knob of butter into the pan and it gives that really nice nut brown flavor.
Don't get me wrong, I was still thoroughly impressed with the Novus Center because it had that mid-range woofer. Dialog had never sounded better at that time, but I hadn't heard the Verus yet. I swear, Aperion Audio is spoiling me by letting me review these quality speakers because, just like that old saying goes, you don't know what you got,
And it's gone.
Up until this point, I kept trying to convince myself, speakers are speakers. How great can a more expensive speaker be? It's all just marketing fluff and higher prices because a particular brand has slapped their name on it. whatevs. But now, Aperion has convinced me that quality parts equals quality audio that you just don't realize you're missing until you hear it in person. Like I said, spoiled. So thanks a lot, Aperion, jeez. No, really, thank you. Please let me review more of your things. Now, I realize that there was a point of diminishing returns when it comes to audio. There always is. Can a $20,000 speaker really sound like 20 grand? That's debatable. And I know not everyone can afford a complete surround sound system that costs several $1,000s. But with this Verus line, I think that Aperion has found this nice little pocket in the consumer home theater marketplace that is obviously more expensive than budget, but also not stupid expensive as some other brands think their speakers are worth. A nice niche they've carved out for themselves that allows consumers to truly experience some tremendous audio without spending as much as a new car. Could the Verus line be the peak of the bell curve before the returns start to diminish? Only one way to find out.
And there you have it.
Thank you for joining me on this review of the Verus V6C center channel speaker from Aperion Audio. Are you a fan of buttery dialogue? Are you tempted to hear what you've been missing? Well, friends, don't forget to use my discount code EO10 when ordering from Aperion's website for 10% off your purchase. As always, please be kind to each other out there. Don't just watch TVs and movies, experience them. And of course, always be listening.